The ASX is canning their 7-year-long blockchain project, firing 200 contractors in the process. MetaMask co-founder wants to dump Apple, calling iOS's 30% NFT tax abuse, and he's not the first in the crypto industry to do so. Find out more in today's crypto news. But first, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for your daily crypto news updates. Let's get into it. Opera crypto browser to enable instant NFT mining through Launchpad. Opera executive Susie Batts said that the tool will not have any platform usage fees and will allow people to freely explore the NFT industry. This will simplify the process of NFT minting. It's really great because right now, for a non-technical person, the process of downloading a wallet, getting an OpenSea account, syncing it up with the wallet and minting the NFT is a few too many steps to feel fluid and comfortable. The fees add an extra burden to the mix because you have to actually get some crypto beforehand and then transfer it to your wallet before you can start minting so you can pay the fee. All this adds up to way too much complexity. It looks like Opera will be streamlining this process a lot. The user just drops their media into the browser and doesn't have to worry about fees. Fantastic. The feature is going to launch around January 2023 in the crypto-specific Opera browser, which made its way onto mobile phones earlier this year in April. So from this, I'd conclude that this functionality will be made available on mobile, at least eventually, and that's a big jump because right now it's not at all easy to mint NFTs on mobile. It should get easier once Instagram releases their minting functionality, which I'm looking forward to trying out, but right now the process includes downloading a few apps and syncing them across together, and it's just too complicated for an everyday person. Uniswap launches NFT Marketplace with a $5 million airdrop for Genie users. Uniswap now does NFTs. The feature is available from the Uniswap website. You can find the NFT tab there. Uniswap's NFT aggregator will source listings from 8 other NFT marketplaces, such as OpenSea, X2Y2, and SudoSwap. It replaces the NFT aggregator Genie, which Uniswap acquired in June. Here's a quote from the Uniswap founder Hayden Adams. Uniswap is the most used DEX, decentralized exchange. Now we aim to be the marketplace for all digital value, including tokens and NFTs. Here's another one. Only 20% of people who have bought NFTs in the past have used a DEX. Part of it is just about bringing the user bases closer together. Uniswap will be agnostic to the controversial NFT royalty issue, allowing users to apply a royalty fee if they choose. Royalty fees are usually a small percentage that goes to the original artist after an NFT resale. If you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe for more daily crypto news content. MetaMask co-founder wants to dump Apple, calls iOS purchase tax abuse. MetaMask co-founder and co-lead developer Dan Finley says he's prepared to take a stand against Apple in solidarity with Coinbase Wallet. Dan Finley, also an ex-Apple employee, says he's also in favor of the crypto industry ditching Apple's App Store altogether, calling Apple's 30% in-app purchase tax an abuse of monopoly. Finley is far from the first crypto advocate to express disdain towards Apple's policy. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney and Polygon Studios CEO Ryan Wyatt have voiced similar levels of disgust with the 30% in-app purchase tax. Instagram, who recently launched in-app NFTs, will be implementing Apple's 30% tax on every NFT sale, a move that makes mobile purchases much less appealing to users. Well, good, they should voice their concern here. The 30% Apple tax does seem very arbitrary and just an abuse of their walled garden monopoly ecosystem. The more these kind of voices are heard, the more likely it is that Apple will rebuke the tax. Right now, it's just not usable, and the majority of the market is not going to pay 30% tax to mint, buy, and sell NFTs, especially when it's still so latent in its phase of adoption. They're trying to stop the innovation happening on their platform. They're doing a great job of it. Australian Stock Exchange fires 200 contractors working in cancelled blockchain project. Shortly after axing its blockchain project, the ASX has now laid off 200 contractors working on the project. The news comes after ASX announced the demise of the 7-year-long project earlier this month, with the company writing down $170 million in pre-tax losses as a result. The corporate adoption of blockchain technology has been a bit of a fail. I remember 7 years ago when the ASX announced this project, I was speaking to people at the Bitcoin meetup in Melbourne about how corporations don't really understand blockchain technology. Buzzwords go very far in corporate without people actually understanding what it is or what the technology actually does. Here's a good way to understand the issue. When Bitcoin had its big rise in 2013, it created a lot of talk around the word blockchain technology. This came from the idea that Bitcoin is great, but we don't really want to integrate open, permissionless databases into our corporate infrastructure. What we would like is the blockchain technology, which is the new thing, but we want to keep our ways of working and our ways of doing things. It's the same issue as company intranets. We don't want the wild west of the open internet. Instead, give us the kind of watered down sandbox that won't disrupt our ways of working too much. Give us progress in a way that works for us, that we can integrate into our way of doing things. Unfortunately, here's the result. 7 years later, money spent of integrating blockchain technology into the ASX settlement system, only to come to the conclusion that what they already had worked just fine. Blockchain is an infrastructural technology. When you take away the open system and the mining and the consensus algorithm and the permissionless nature, which is what many corporate firms wanted to do, what you're left with is just a regular old database, which is no different to their current technology, except it's probably a little more complex than what they already have. But nonetheless, the big cultural driver here was around the blockchain buzzword. People needed to give the impression that they were on the cutting edge of tech to make the company look good to shareholders and managers and people that have a public interest in the company and seeing how it's going, how many corporate money sinkholes were built on the idea of blockchain and not Bitcoin? The corporate integration of blockchain technology is unfortunately the mentality of businesses that are on their way out, trying to renew themselves and innovate, which is a good mentality for the position that they're in, but unfortunately this is a paradigm shift. It's going to render most of trad finance obsolete. Crypto tech is going to abstract out trad finance to protocols and apps in a way that we don't need the old infrastructure anymore. This is great for the user experience, but the job loss is going to be staggering. What do you think of this? Were you around for the blockchain technology buzzword in corporate? Did you hear any conversations about this? Leave a comment below. And that's all for today's crypto news. I'll see you tomorrow.